and welcome to another random installment of pretty much I just got pissed off about something and now I'm going to yell about it. So, if I had anybody listening to me, I would absolutely be putting this to bed right now. Okay, I am really, really tired of people talking about the gas prices. Okay, I don't know how short term of a memory people really got going on, but here's the absolute freaking fact of this. Okay, we have a current today price of $90 a barrel. Okay, down from 105. That's quite a lot per barrel. I will admit, that's a lot per barrel. In 2020, we had ourselves a peak of $116.20. But we're not going to quibble over that because we got lows of 67, 71. We've even got somehow right after 2020, probably because nobody was buying it, we had $8 a barrel. That's nuts. Probably because nobody was moving anything around. But that's beside the point. The point here is this is what we've been looking at in the last 10 years, okay? Our low was that $8 one, but you really can't count that. But our average low is around 50 and prior to 2020. We had lows of 45, we had lows of 41, but here over in the 2020s to 2026, we've got probably an average of 65, maybe 70 per barrel. Now, that's not what I'm here to talk about right now. What I'm here to talk about is the overall chart. This is not the worst that it can be. It is absolutely not. In fact, from 2008, a peak of $127 frickin' dollars per barrel. I'm very well aware of how bad this was because I was in the oil field at that time, and then it dropped down to $49 a barrel, $44.60 a barrel, because we stopped pumping it, and the entire market crashed, and then it came back. But the thing is that its average is around 90 for the next frickin' 6 years. It's around 90. Then it drops itself down in 2016, 2018, 2019. We're having an average of probably back to about the 60s. But then we get into 2020 to 2021, and we just frickin' skyrocket. Okay, now I'm not the person that's going to sit here and say that this is one side of the coin doing it. But in case you didn't notice there's a correlation to the timing. Okay, now I'm not done here, okay, because this is the thing. We've got a high of 100, I'm sorry, I had that wrong. 139.96 is the high for 2008. Okay, my bad. My cursor wasn't on there quite right. But over here in the current right now, we're at $90, and we're sitting here screaming about how terrible this is. Well, whoa. Everything was fine until 2020, and then we didn't want to talk about any of that there. I mean, we even had a peak that was higher than this, a lot higher than this, of 114, and that was during the Biden administration. There's a 37 or 32.74. There's a 2051, all the way from 2016 or 2015. It dropped. Beginning of 2016, it dropped down to 33.66. And then it didn't go back relatively up again until 2021. January 2021 is when it started to actually keep a trend. Doesn't matter. So this is the thing that I want to couple with that, because we're already looking at certain time frames are helping out the oil prices. And we can infer that that has something to do with the political alignment, because we have this dual system going on, and it's kind of stupid. I don't know if you checked. But on top of this, because we see that little correlation there, we're going to take a look at the inflation rates, okay? Because we're going to take that $139 a barrel in 2008, and we're going to look at the inflation here. So overall inflation average for 2008 was 3.8%. Okay. That was in 2008. We are right now running on a 3.8, after a 2.7, after 2.9, after 3.4, after 6.5, and after a 7. Mind you, look at the times here. Okay? Look at this. Now, we can also come down here and look, because that 3.8 was preceded by 2.8, 3.2, 3.4, 2.7, 2.3, 1.6, 2.8, 3.4. No out of control inflation. Okay, 2009, funny enough, we had a negative 0.4 inflation, but, we did just have that market crash. So, whatevs. Excuse me. So now, walking into the 2010s, we got some good inflation. Now, I did come from the right, and 2016 to 2020 really wasn't that bad either. Honestly, 2011 was the worst section after 2008 until we get to 2021. Then we go to 4.7. 2022, the average was 8. Okay, that's because they were just printing money. All of those stimuluses that we all got, well, most of y'all got, I owed a little bit of child support, so they decided to give that crap to my ex-wife. That makes a lot of frickin' sense if you ask me, because, she's got a whole setup going on. I'm out here struggling. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that, because, this money is not given because we earned it or like it or deserve it. It's because we needed it. Okay, and, that means that need is superseded by me owing some child support. It's not like I owed $20,000. I think I owed like $4,000. This is crazy. But, okay, and my daughter was like 16 at the time. Well, 14 at the time. So it would be in a lot of years. I could have accrued a lot more. But the point here is that on top of these oil prices, you have to understand, when I was sitting here talking about 90 now and 76, 75 there, and then prior to all the 2020, wrong one, so we've got it on here, the 2010s, 2012s, all of that, every one of those dollars was worth more then than it is now. So that means that we had a much larger oil crisis, and it was not during a Republican president. Neither one of these that I've referenced, the 2008 section and then the early 2020s, because we were looking at high-ass prices there too while the inflation was going crazy. 114.38 when inflation is going crazy. That means it's worth a lot less. So we have to understand that they are using this very charged subject. Why in the hell do you think we got the UFO files released? And why in the hell do you think I don't give a crap about that? Because the UFO files are literally something to just draw our attention away from the things that matter. Well, guess what the oil is? Guess what the Iran war is? Guess what all of this crap is? They need us to keep engaging on their frickin' platform. As long as we engage on their platform, we are validating their process, their game plan. We need to flip the frickin' script. We need to start having a memory and looking back a little ways and being like, oh, crap, guys, screw you. It's not as bad as it was, and there's these other factors. What are you trying to do? Why don't we just fix this crap? If we all of a sudden start asking questions instead of spouting freaking taglines, it's over. They know it. They know it because there are so many things for the infrastructure of us uniting and focusing on something to actually go for. Because if we all focus on, like I suggest, transparency, give us the technology to absolutely have transparency through all of this government, it would absolutely happen. Our infrastructure for that is so robust, and it is so primed and ready for someone to say the right thing. And then all of a sudden, there's literally nothing they can do. They can off as many people as they want to, and as many individuals, including the person who said it and anybody that he knows. And they cannot kill it. They can kill people all they want, but this is a system that if they allow that kind of a tagline from us to get heard, it's over. There's no way they can kill that. And here we are. We are in more untenable positions. Can't win this way, can't win that way. Somebody loses here, somebody loses there. So what we're going to do, we're just going to sit in the middle. We're just not going to actually do anything. We're going to keep talking about everything. We're going to keep everybody yelling at each other. We're going to keep everybody divided. Because nothing is solved by solving something. Okay? We cannot, as a government, continue and let them know anything. So we have to keep them divided, keep them arguing, keep them questioning what in the hell is actually going on. And if they're by any chance, we can convince them that they both have no idea what's going on subconsciously, but actively think that they do. Oh, it's golden. We will literally be able to steal the carpet out from underneath them. And when they freaking hit their face on the floor and ask us why we took the rug, we can just look at them and say, we didn't. These are the conversations that the storyteller in me hears these people having. These elites in these Bohemian Grove type things. That they're not talking politics in a way that we would understand them. When it comes to the elite, I have a little bit of understanding. I knew one for a very, very long time. And I got some insights, and this is the thing. And it's not like this was told to me straight up. I'm not telling you that they're telling me these things. No. But what he said made me think. And I'm not necessarily going to tell you what he said. But the point is that they already have all of the resources. So why in the hell do they give a crap about teaching their offspring to collect resources? That's been a dead goal for a long time. I mean, they've got 99% of the money, and they own all of the production for the resources. So they don't need that. What they've been teaching people for a lot of years now, centuries even, is how to control people. They have been teaching sociology to their kids on such a level that makes it to where the fact that we have this oil crisis, quote unquote, going on when we haven't even crossed $5 at the pump. Go ahead, Google what the price was in 2008, 2009. It's going to tell you that the high was like $3.90, and that's complete bull crap. I cannot believe that I'd seen that. I mean, I'm going to Google it real quick just to, make sure. But, I mean, average oil price, 2008 to 2009. Yeah, 147 for the barrel. Oh, it's telling me the barrel price. On gas. It's not oil at that point, is it? It's not. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, 2026. Come on now. This is kind of stupid. Okay. So 2008. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. 183. 4 was the top. No, it was a lot higher than that. And you guys can tell that right now. Either that or we've got some other mechanisms going on. Because if we've got $4 a gallon in 2008, but we've got $144 a barrel, and over here in 2026, we've got $4.33. Sorry, using my wrong hand for this. It's not letting me do it. It's like $4.33, $4.14. $4.33. And the barrel is $90, there's something broken here, okay? Because if the barrel was $140 in 2008, and we've got $4 gallons of gas, what the hell is really going on here? So I think if you sat here and listened to this whole time, you get what I'm trying to lay down. And even if I may not have the answers, I'm not trying to lay any out. I'm trying to point out the absolute absurdity of our situation, our environment, of the lack of continuity when it comes to our thinking, our remembering. These things happen. You can Google this stuff. But we're going to sit here knowing full well that all these people are lying to us. But we're going to pick what we want to believe and die on a hill on it. So I wish you all the best of luck. Glad this is only a 16-minute video. That's pretty cool. I can definitely rant for a lot longer. But this ended up divulging into a much larger topic that I'm not trying to, go too deep on, because ultimately I don't want to sound too crazy. But I think that left at about the 2-minute mark. But whatever. All right, I appreciate y'all. And if you watched, you're awesome. If you didn't, you're never going to hear this, but you're awesome. Take care.